Hi everybody, I hope you're having a great day. In this video I'm going to be covering Sasquatch. He made his first appearance in X-Men, issue number 120, in April of 1979. His real name is Dr. Walter Langowski, and he stands 6 feet 4 inches tall, weighs 245 pounds, having blue eyes and blonde hair. Although in his Sasquatch form, he stands 10 feet tall and weighs 2,000 pounds, having red eyes and being completely covered with orange fur. Now, Sasquatch was considered a human mutate, gaining his massive abilities after experimentation with gamma radiation. He later learned that his powers didn't come from gamma radiation per se, but actually stemmed from a dimensional breach, in which his body and consciousness was entangled with one of the great beasts, named Tanaraq. While in the Sasquatch form, he used to have vast superhuman strength, being able to lift around 100 tons, as well as having significantly increased durability and toughness, while having a moderately increased speed. He also had berserker fighting ability, as well as typically being able to switch back and forth between his human and Sasquatch form. And I won't fail to mention that this Canadian had vast genius-level intellect, shining with honors at multiple well-known universities, such as the University of Calgary, Penn State, and MIT. Additionally, Walter has always been an exceptional athlete, being noted as having a football scholarship in college and going on to play a few years in the NFL with the Green Bay Packers. Now, Walter met Bruce Banner while they were in college, and years later he'd be intrigued after learning that the Hulk was actually Bruce Banner after being experimented on with gamma radiation. Being inspired by his colleagues' transformations, he'd go on to begin working on his own gamma experiments, trying to recreate a being of that power level, but being more controlled. On one fateful test day, Walter would be exposed to huge amounts of gamma radiation, and then turn into this massive orange creature. Initially going out of control, but later being helped by Shaman and Snowbird to help rein in his personality and intelligence while in this enhanced form. From here, he'd go on to train with the Gamma and Beta flight programs, and then finally be accepted into Alpha flight. It would be a good while later before it was revealed that Walter had not actually empowered himself on that fateful day, but had actually ripped a portal into the realm of the great beasts, as I stated earlier, linking him to the beast named Tanaraq. Over time, this symbiotic bond started looking more and more like outright possession, with the evil Tanaraq beginning to take more and more control over the body in this realm. This would lead to his friend Snowbird eventually having to battle and take out this form, which would in turn trap Walter's consciousness in the realm of the great beasts, since he and Tanaraq's minds would seemingly switch positions whenever they transformed. Nevertheless, Walter's essence would be saved by Alpha Flight, with Shaman sending it into the box robot. From there, he'd consider entering the mindless body of the Hulk that was trapped in another dimension, but would end up temporarily settling on the body of Smart Alec, before some roundabout adventures that would finally land him back in his orange-furred Sasquatch form. Sasquatch would go on to be the only surviving member of Alpha Flight after battling the powerful collective who was created by the M-Day event, and would subsequently form the Omega Flight superhero team. That is, until he rejoined his resurrected Alpha Flight members. With the introduction of the Immortal Hulk era, Sasquatch would become part of the Alpha Flight space program, and have a string of misfortune after becoming susceptible to possession by Brian Banner, who was Bruce Banner's mean father, and later the powerful One Below All. This would spark the string of events that would lead to Walter being depowered, thus losing his Sasquatch form for good, and ultimately be killed a little while later. Now, due to his powers and abilities, and his influence on the Marvel Universe, for my 1 to 10 rating, I'll give Sasquatch a rating of 6, which is an expert rating. I hope everyone enjoyed this video. I'll talk to you next time. Be sure to like and subscribe to The New Sage.